איך כדאי להתחיל לייבים כאלה? אוקיי, כן עדיף שאני אתן קצת קונטקסט על מה שקורה פה. אומייגאד, אני לא יודע איך כזה להסביר את המשחק הזה. כי... וואו. באמת עדיף להסביר את המשחק לפני שניגשים לכל הדבר הזה. וזה סליי דה פרינסס. המשחק הזה הוא פשוט... אני רגע אפתח את הסטור פייג' לשנייה, רק בשביל להבין מה קורה פה. בסה, זה לא מופיע פה, כי אני קניתי את זה כבר. בסה. anyway, המשחק הזה, הוא אומרים, כאילו על פי הסטים פייג' הוא אמר שהוא דומה מאוד ל-DDLC פלוס. וראיתי קצת דברים על המשחק הזה, אומייגאד. זה מגיע למצב יש מצב של קונטנט, יש מצב של קונטנט וורנינגס? On the path to in the gallery, and in the end of that path is an achievement fix. אוקיי, זה קצת מצחיק. לא נראה לי שיש פה שום דבר שאני יכול... והנה, כן, 131 achievementים. זה אולי היה המשחק הכי כבד שאני אי פעם עומד לשחק בערוץ. השאלה היא, האם אני אשכרה עומד לסיים הכל בערוץ? Probably not. מעניין, כן, רגע, אני רק רוצה לברר משהו. אוקיי. Never mind. אז כן, probably not. האם אני עומד לסיים את המשחק הזה? Probably not. האם המשחק הזה עומד לעבוד כמו שצריך? I don't have any fucking clue. וכן, נראה שהיה major update, Slay the Princess, the pristine cut. שקראתי על זה קצת, זה update, זה אשכרה, הנה בוא נקרא את זה קצת. For those who are on the way, the pristine cut is a free upgrade to the base game. ידוע גם פשוט בתור update. לא patch notes, אז זה פשוט אשכרה update, אז נראה שהוסיפו יותר דברים מאז הפעם הקודמת שאני ראיתי את הדבר הזה. שכאילו ראיתי את מרק הפעלה משחק בזה לאחרונה, אז כאילו, זה כיף. וזה ממש ריסנט, זה קשור להלואוין, obviously. כאילו בגלל כל הטירוף של המשחק הזה, החלטתי למה לא לעשות פרק הלואוין. English. כי כל דבר אחר פה אני לא מבין חוץ זה רוסית. זה רוסית. כל דבר אחר אני לא יודע. אבל אנגלית זה בגלל ש-obviously. Black Tabby Games. והסגרתי דיפולט חוזר! Let's go! a content warning, תודה רבה. This is a horror game and is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website blacktabbygames.com if you need a list of specific content warnings. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects, as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions has caused motion sickness in players. Okay. If any of these effects cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences. אז גם מה אמרת? Black Tabby Games. שנייה, אני אפתח את זה שמה. אין לי פה הכל מוכן, אז אני אעשה רגע ככה. בוא נבדוק את זה. www.blacktabbygames.com. אוקיי. אמרנו, הנה content warnings. Let's slay the princess. Okay. זה מטה? אוקיי, לא, זה רק... Okay. The following is a list of specific content warnings for Slay the Princess. Direct spoilers will be avoided, but if you wish to avoid general spoilers for the game's content, scroll at your own risk. There are flashing images in the game, so if that's a health risk for you, please turn them off in the preferences. אוקיי, זה נראה שזה קשור בעצם לספק, אבל הנה. General Content Warnings. mild nudity, realistic depictions of mutilation, disembodiment, realistic depictions of knife wounds, loss of self, cosmic horror, existential horror. אני רגיל לזה. במיוחד אם זה עם סרניטי פורג' עכשיו, בגלל DDLC+. שכן, הסיבה שדווקא החלטתי לכתוב את זה סופית, זה בגלל א' הלואוין וב' לא ידעתי שסרניטי פורג' ספציפית, אבל זה כן אמר ש similar games you played זה DDLC+. אז כן. Being eaten alive, disembodiment, suffocation, realistic depiction of acid burns, realistic gore, jump scares, derealization, forced suicide. Oh my god! Not again! Not again! Loss of bodily autonomy, starvation, unreality, body horror, forced self-mutilation, forced suicide. Oh, am I forced suicide? Realistic depiction of graphic violence, self-degloving, realistic flaying, safe immolation, realistic depiction of a bloated corpse, bloated corpse. אני מקווה שאני קורא את זה נכון. יודע מה? אני אעשה את הטריגר הראשי שלי. אני אקח את כל זה, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, ואני אמחוק את ההתחלה, כי זה ה-content warnings. Oh my god. כן, תהנו לקרוא. Oh my god. זה אשכרה המון, גם לגוגל טרנסלייט. תהנו לקרוא את כל זה, כי אני לא עומד לחזור על זה. אם אתם לא אוהבים ליטרלי את כל זה, שזה המון. זה המון דברים. אז ביי. אל תראו את הפרקים האלה. זה ליטרלי הלואוין עכשיו. זה ליטרלי תקופת הלואוין. וזה, בוא נגיד שזה הרבה יותר קריפי מאשר ממה ששחקתי קודם בערוץ, שזה sonic.exe. מי שזוכר את הפרקים שלי בהלואוין, דווקא שחקתי במשחקים שלא כזה מפחידים, אבל הם טכנית כן, יש בהם קצת אימה. זה נראה שזה לוקח את זה ומקפיץ את זה לגלקסיה. אז כן, עם התוספת שסרניטי פורג' עבדו על הדבר הזה. אני מקווה שאני לא דפקתי את עצמי פה. עם ה... אוקיי, וואלה, בוא נקבל אותו. בוא נחזור לסייט הפרינצס. אז דבר אחד שזה לא בטוח זה flickering image effects ו-parallax effect. שאני מניחה שזה פשוט flashing lights. אז אוקיי. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, you have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Love story? Uh-huh, sure. Subtitle changes, English. Okay, why? וואו, זה אשכרה דוקי דוקי. זה אשכרה דוקי דוקי. הנה, boil, parallax, flickering, blinking CTC. אולי זה יהיה בעיה מתי שאני אשחק עם זה עם פול סקרין, אבל המשחק הוא דווקא די שקד. הכל פה הוא על מקס. אני לא עושה auto forward time. כי זה פה אוטו אדוונס טקסט, אני מנחש. זה מזכיר לי באמת דוקי דוקי ליטל צ'וקלאב עכשיו באמת. בלי קשר. אני רק מקווה שלא יהיה לאגים. היי! Slay the princess! The pristine cut! this in your game. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
נראה ששינו את זה. נראה ששינו את זה מה זה פעם קודמת שראיתי את המשחק הזה. זה היה נראה יותר כמו דוקי דוקי ליטרצ'ר קלאב, אבל נראה שעכשיו שינו את זה עם ההד אישים שלו פה למעלה. אינטרסטינג. אם הייתי שם את הסטאפים שלי, כאילו מתי שהיה לי את זה לפני שנים, טכנית, לא היה אפשר לראות, Interesting.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh my god! Got options! The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
How can a princess locked away in the basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
מה זה הלחצן הזה? יש ציפורן או משהו כזה? ממש בקצר. הנה, מה שנוגע בסטינגס. אני מנסה להסביר את זה בצורה הכי טובה, אבל יש שם איזושהי ציפורן, נראה לי זה תפר, נראה לי. What the fuck? Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
אני רק הגעתי לפה, what are you talking about? I consider that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up. גם שאלה טובה.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
קדימה.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Okay.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
זה מטורף בעצם שאני אשכרה מדבר עם הנרייטור. זה לא קורה בדרך כלל. Killing the princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Ken.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
אני לא מונרקיסט, שאני מנחש שזה אכפת לו בעצם מלוכה. הרי, בוא נזרוק את זה האמת לרגע אליך. היהדות בעצם כן נשלטת בעצם על ידי מלוכה, sure, אבל מצד אחר, דמוקרטיה והיהדות הם סוג של contradictory אחד לשני, יש לשניהם contradiction. כאילו בין אחד לאחר יש contradiction. ואחד מה-contradictions האלה זה איך בדיוק נשלט בעצם האדמה. אז כן, אני האמת יותר בצד של הדמוקרטיה, אז אני לא מונרקיסט. Can someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules. no matter how much I wish I did.
Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
אוקיי, עדיף שאני אגיד זה שאני, ממה שאני יודע על המשחק הזה, יש כאילו את האופציות האלה פה למטה. אלה זה בעצם צ'ויסים שאשכרה נעשים. אשכרה צ'ויס שאני אעשה. החלטה שאני אעשה. והאקספלור זה בעצם לאסוף כמה שיותר מידע. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Oh wow. Forget it. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope, כי אני רק עשיתי פה ספון. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Voice of the hero. זה חדש. Okay.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Uh-huh.
That's strange.
Ah.
It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
What? Turn around again and leave again.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
זה רק משחק. תאורטית, בגלל שזה דומה לדוקי דוקי ליטרצ'ר קלאב. אני יכול לעשות סייב. כן, זה אשכרה TDLC. אני אעשה סייב, ואז אחר כך אני יכול לעשות לואודים ואת כל הדבר הזה. I'm not a dumbass. Quietly continue down the path.
Your silence is deafening. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh, really? או שזה פשוט שרנפאי לא יכול בעצם לקחת את המידע הזה. פשוט רנפאי לא יכול לאסוף דברים. really? נראה לי אין שום דבר בכלל מאחורה. אבל נראה שזה נותן לי עוד דברים. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to just keep checking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go.
Oh,
as you
what the
trudge
fuck?
into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
The fuck?
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
מה קורה למוזיקה?
But as you focus on your surroundings, you
The
start to
fuck?
realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. an infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
What the fuck?
Wait, what's going on?
Muskie, what the fuck?
You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Huh? It's time the stranger.
You're on a path in the woods.
The fuck?
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
ולמה אתה חוזר על עצמך? מה זה? מה זה? זה חדש.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
Huh?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Voice of the contrarian? What the fuck?
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
Okay.
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Those walls went here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
זה לא טוב יותר! Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Okay! Okay! Wow! Wow! Wow, משחק! Wow!
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Okay.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it. Let's keep an open mind.
Okay, sure. Proceed to the cabin.
The cabin interior
Oh!
is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted.
What the fuck?
An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
What's going on?
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
זה אפילו לא הגיוני. איך לעזאזל זה קרה?
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and...
Oh! לא ידעתי לחצן ימני ובעצם פותח סייבס.
I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Aha! Straightforward!
You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong.
Can.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
Aha.
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves?
Oh my god.
Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
אני רוצה לשאול איך הדבר הזה בכלל אפשרי, כי אין שום סיכוי שזה קאבן. בואו נתעלם מזה שהדלת מרחפת. אני יכול להזיז את העכבר שלי בצורה שבה הדלת יכולה לרחף.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
כן.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind.
מה עם המראה?
Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
Let's approach the mirror. Oh, you didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
יש פה מראה, על מה אתה מדבר?
There's definitely a mirror.
כן.
There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do if you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done?
Will I take the blade?
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Oh! עכשיו יש לי את הסכין על העכבר! Okay.
Okay, fine, you took the knife. But you really shouldn't hold it like that. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. Will look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Keep your grip as it is.
Great. You keep your grip the way it is. Your task awaits.
Throw the blade out the window? זה אשכרה אפשר. Enter the basement. Obviously enter the basement. What the fuck?
The door to the basement
What
creaks
the
open,
fuck?
revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
אין שום סיכוי שככה זה היה בהתחלה. אין שום סיכוי שככה זה היה בהתחלה. What the
Nothing
fuck?
here seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. The kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
Oh my god.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello?
Oh.
Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
No.
Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, We know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Take the house stairs to the left, take the center staircase, take the soft stairs to the right. Soft stairs to the right. נשמע טוב.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way.
Okay.
But the further you go, the
Oh.
deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely
What the
hitting any
fuck?
resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight.
Ah!
Softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence.
What the fuck?
It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go.
זה נראה cabin אחר.
Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
What the מה קרה לזה שלי?
Physical sensations dull
מה קרה
and
לך, בר?
vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
זה נראה כמו סקצ'ים.
Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
Oh! What the... Hi!
What the hell was that? What happened to us?
What the fuck?
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
Interesting.
Oh well, that was the trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Okay.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
Okay.
You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Can. מה היא אמרה? Sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
That's okay. Sometimes I forget where I am too.
The shadows
Oh.
recede, revealing the princess's face.
Hi.
She's so warm and friendly. It's deception. Don't buy into it.
I'm tired of waiting for an answer.
Fuck.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was once just one of her, there is now another.
And the boys have שניים.
We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
עזבנו.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Okay. here if you're trying to free her. I don't know what you are, or I can't trust you, but I can't trust anything here. Leave her in the basement. Slay the princess. Call that your one option? What's your name?
You can call me Princess, if you'd like. You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Interesting. And down here was weird. Like was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me? Someone get a shell mango.
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
What the hell?
You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here?
Well, I know you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here?
I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster. And the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
What the fuck?
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
יש רק 3 options. יש את ה3 options באותו הזמן. יש את זה ויש את... If I let you out of here, what are you going to do?
Are you looking for the truth? Or are you looking for the right answer? I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. I'm not going to dance for you. Besides, you already know what I'm going to do. If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
What the fuck?
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction, it's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get under? Not exactly how I'd put it, but I don't disagree. There must be something we can do. Asking questions just seems to make things worse. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
Do all of it. עכשיו זו האופציה היחידה שנותרה לי. Do all of it.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. All at once you charge forward, night beaming to slay the princess,
Oh my
just as
God.
you strike at her bindings and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this...
What?
We can't...
What the fuck?
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
אין לי... מסכן עכשיו. What the fuck?
I think he's gone.
נראה ככה.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead and others, they just don't fit.
What the fuck?
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
לא נראה לי שאפשר pull and put back together במקרה הזה. What the...
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Well, no shit!
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Say רגע. Is that supposed to... Oh my god, didn't have creepy. I'll do my best! Oh. Oh. Hi, meneer? Oh! The illusion of choice, when everything is possible, nothing is. Okay. But you don't know if she had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with something else.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know. I don't know where she went. I don't know how we'd even go about looking for her.
Right. She's gone. It's just us and that awful thing. Then what the hell are we supposed to do?
I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should.
Only options.
No. Don't do that.
Approach the mirror. Only options. Hauptsache, dat zou explode.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Oh! Silent as you reach forward, you're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. The body, it's you. What the fuck? It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin? The cabin? What the fuck? You are at the cabin. Zello cabin! Zello Bikta! מה יש עם המוזיקה? Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What the fuck is that? What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Solitary lights? What do you mean?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes, Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalled. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart.
Okay.
Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
What? Huh? Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
If destroy your body. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
Hey, hold up. The concept?
I promise that it doesn't hurt.
There's a concept. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
Interesting.
Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
Okie dokie, literature club all over again! How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess, to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, Is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
Wait forever? I should have choice of wait forever.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage?
אני באתי לפה בגלל דוקי דוקי ליטרצ'ר קלוב. והפורגט זה מה שמוניקה עשתה בשביל להתקרב יותר אל השחקן. אשכרה, שחקן. לא הדמות שמשחקים איתו.
You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
המשחק קרס. אוקיי. משחק אשכרה קרס. זה לא נתן לי שום
You
דבר.
have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
לא! 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 זה לא כמו פאקינג מוניקה עכשיו! או. ועכשיו יש לי את האופציה, אוקיי, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. You're the princess. Bring the stranger to her.
You're
What's
on
your
a
favorite
path
part?
in the woods. And
The
at the
real
end of that
Slay the
path
Princess starts
is a
here.
cabin.
You'll know it when you see
And
it.
in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
נראה שאני אמצא עכשיו בלופ. never ending loop שממשיך את עצמו עוד ועוד ועוד. אומייגאד. פאקינג מוניקה, הנושא הזה של מוניקה אשכרה עשה לי ג'אמפ סקר. סליחה שאני לא מצפה לכזה דברים. כי... וואו. המוח שלי ישר חושב על DDLC. מחוץ לסטינג הזה שקודם זה היה אשכרה יותר למטה כזה, פה היה טאב אופשנס של DDLC. כשהולכים לסייבס מחוץ לדיסקורד וכל זה, זה אשכרה איך שנראה המניו של DDLC, שני הוורז'נס. לא ציפיתי רציתי שזה אשכרה יביא אותי אל המפלצת הזאתי. Hold on. איזה קוויט. ראיתי שני achievementים. Oh. I never left your side. Attempt to outweigh your destiny. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Bring this danger to her. The real Slay the Princess starts here. Sure. נראה שזה סוג של קולקטפון עכשיו. אולי אני אנסה לעשות משהו אחר? ועכשיו זה נפתח רגיל! אומייגאד, עכשיו זה נפתח רגיל. אוקיי. אין את המפלצת. אין את המפלצת. אין את המפלצת. אומייגאד, שנייה. שנייה, אני חייב להקל את זה. אני חייב להקל את זה, אומייגאד. אוקיי. וואו. 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 אני לא מאמין לזה. אוקיי. לא ציפיתי שיהיה לנו עוד DDLC פה, אבל... אוקיי. I get it. I fucking get it. עוד DDLC פה. Get it.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Note, you can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or R1 on your controller. Okay. Suddenly continue to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Oh.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, עכשיו אתה אומר את זה ל-voice of the hero. Proceed to the cabin. Oh. Okay.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale.
Oh wow,
and
זה עכשיו זה נראה
the
יותר
floor and
יפה.
walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
איזה יפה עכשיו זה נראה פה. הרבה יותר טוב מאשר מקודם.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
אולי? What if... ניכנס ישר על הבייסמנט. כאילו... עדיף לעשות לימיט לכמה שיותר אופשנס לפי דעתי.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
זה מה שהיה בסקצ'ים קודם.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
אבל לא לקחתי את הוופן, לא לקחתי את הבלייד. בסדר, שאלה קטנה. אם בעצם מישהו בא בעצם בשביל להרוג מישהו אחר, למה הוא לא יביא איתו כל סוג של נשק בשביל להרוג אותם? אם מישהו בא בשביל להרוג מישהו, למה שלא ייקח איתו נשק? משהו כמו רובה או סכין או whatever. למה בעצם יש את הבלייד שמה?
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello?
Oh,
Is someone there?
hi.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
לא זוכר שום דבר.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
כן, כמו שאני אמרתי. אם אתה רוצה להרוג מישהו, למה שלא תביא איתך את הנשק? למה שלא תביא איתך את הוופן? Just checking in on you.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Okay.
You
Hi.
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
מה עם זה? מה עם הצ'יין השני?
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be of threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on. Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Oh. What's her name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
זה דיאלוג אחר, מה ששמעתי מהשש versions האלה, אם אני לא טועה.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
So, is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
מה עם שם?
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's weird.
Uh-huh.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
And that is?
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
Oh my god.
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating? Or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
תדל בחיים.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
אני הייתי אומר שזה כן relevant. כי אם היא לא הייתה אוכלת או שותה, היא הייתה כבר גופה ולא היה צריך לדאוג על זה.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Uh-huh. I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. But I wanted to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
זה למה האוכל והמים, זה רלוונטי.
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
זה לא. I was hoping you would tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
מה, לזרוק 15,000 פצצות אטום ולעשות את זה? זה לא ריאליסטי!
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to?
כמו שאמרתי, זה לא ריאליסטי.
We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
מה יש לך עם מלוכה בעצם עם אנשים רעים? כאילו, הם יכולים להיות רעים, נכון? אבל בוא נהיה כנים, גם אנשים הומלסים, או אנשים שאיבדו הכל גם יכולים להיות אנשים רעים, אז זה לא אומר פה שום דבר. I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky when I stay. Eat for a while, just kept you company. Maybe then everyone could be happy. Oh. זה אולי דווקא נראה די טוב.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
אז לפחות שיהיה קצת חברה.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So, I'm the only one who liked that idea.
גם אני אהבתי את זה.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
אוי, לא זה שוב.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Okay, I'm going to get you out of here. Lock her in the basement. אני אשכרה מפחד. Okay. Let's get you out of here.
You can't be serious.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
You're making a huge mistake. No. I think you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
זה לא היה שם גם. And there isn't a key. Do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Ah,
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
hold on, what?
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh, wow!
Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of
Your
here!
shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Try the
You
door.
try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Down to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom?
And שאלה טובה.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
אבל זה אומר שהיה עוד מישהו שהיה יכול להרוג את הפרינסס!
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Uh-huh.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
Well, no shit, Sherlock!
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely before raising her arm.
What
from
the
her,
fuck?
Her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs.
Oh!
You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess, slay the princess. Save, עדיף. But oh my god.
Fine. Against your better judgment,
Oh my god.
you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Oh my god.
You cut into her flesh.
Eek.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
היא כמעט מתה פה אז. Oh my god.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy
Eek.
chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
Ew.
She smiles softly as her gaze
Oh,
meets
fuck.
yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Huh?
As the princess
Oh.
approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
What?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
What?
Watch me.
What are you
שוב? Oh. Warren.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
המשחק מכריח אותי!
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Okay.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
לא!
As your body remains frozen in
What the
stubborn
fuck?
resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade
God,
from your
היד הזאת.
infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
כן. יש תפרים או משהו כזה ביד.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
מה?
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Okay.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Okay, what the fuck?
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Please?
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
What the... The damsel. Oh, זה אחד אחר.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay.
I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Voice of the smitten.
Our beloved?
The fuck?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
אם זה לא הסטריאוטיפ של פרינסס סטוריז, של ליטרלי פרינסס סטאק in a castle עם דרגן. אני חושב פה על שרק.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth. And all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
נגיד.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. You were the one who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price. I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
אבל מצד אחר יש גם... כשאני הלכתי אחר כך עם הקאבין, עם הקונטרריאן, זה בעצם השתנה למפלצת של 3 פרינצסים מחוברים ביחד. האם פה אין משהו ישתנה? גם הקאבין השתנה לגמרי. עכשיו שאני חושב על זה.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
אני יותר מאמין באופשן 2. אני יותר מאמין באופשן 2. אם הקונטרריאן לימד אותי משהו. אני יותר מאמין באופשן 2.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
אבל תנעלת את הדלת!
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
וגם אתה זה שנעלת את הדלת.
Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
I'm going with them. I'm gonna... Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Okay. The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. She could barely hold a knife. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
My God, it's her.
Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
What? Who locked her in that basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Oh my God. Idiota אתה. narrator. אם אנשים נעלו אותה, למה פשוט לא להרוג אותה במקום? Okay. People locked her away. Why couldn't they slay me? Why is this falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Calling us special isn't going to make us friends, even if it did feel nice. Oh, believe me, the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends. But I'm a professional, and I'm not going to let my dislike for you get in the way of helping you save the world.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
אבל אני כבר ראיתי את העולם בעצם מתפרק קודם. אז ה-overcomplication explanation הוא יותר רלוונטי.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
אהה. That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie. She will...
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Uh-huh.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
Okay.
I do, but I
Oh.
also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
What the? What's that?
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
זה אותו מראה שמופיע בעצם למטה, שמעלים בעצם את הקולות.
You reach forward
Oh.
and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Okay.
But there was a mirror a second ago.
What's it on?
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Interesting. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay.
I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge, and hopefully it doesn't get turned on us again. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
Enter the basement.
The door to
Oh.
the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more
Nicht danach.
beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Ah.
You walk down the stairs
Oh.
and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding
Welcome,
her to the far
Zesha
wall.
It's out of this shabu.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
אבל המרתף נראה גם שונה פה.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Uh-huh.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us.
We got a narrator.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Self-defense עדיין נחשב לרצח.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
What happened after I died? כי נראה שהיא זוכרת דברים.
You died, and now we're talking.
What? But before we start talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
Wow.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. I'm not so sure.
Uh-huh. You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
כולם חוץ מהנרייטור.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
Sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
Huh.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Do I have to cut you out again? I really didn't care for that. I really didn't care for that last time.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
No!
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles?
She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
Huh,
She
okay.
didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Rescue of Soleil. נראה לי סולי עדיף. כאילו, כל המטרה של הרסקיו זה בעצם אהבה וכל זה, אבל טכנית היא כן הרגה אותי קודם.
Blade in hand, you run the princess down.
Wait, no! You barbarian, what do you think you're doing?
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and press on. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as you approach, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you.
Oh my god, אני לא מאמין שאני אשכרה עושה את זה.
Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
Oh!
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
And just like that, she's dead.
Ah!
And the world is
Lady
saved.
Kyo, slay an
Thank you for
innocent.
seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm מצטער. Oh my god!
I feel sick.
Oh my god!
Sick. You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick. I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken. Inconsolable.
Oh my god!
Get over it. You just saved everyone.
Get over it.
Huh?
You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all.
מה? דבר ראשון, what? דבר שני, getting over it. ויש הרי את המשחק getting over it.
You raise the blade,
Oh!
aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that.
לא?
Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and
Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart.
What the
This
fuck?
is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
I'm the one who makes the decisions here, and I say no.
exactly, you're not doing this.
All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstifleable. Have it you! Have it you all!
I don't believe this. What? What don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor. You
Oh
can't
my
be serious.
God.
Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
Right, you're all sorry.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
The great chapter 3!
You're on a path in the woods.
You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
Oh my god.
She won't be alive
Oh!
and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
Voice of the cold? What the fuck?
You killed her, and so I killed you.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here.
What the fuck?
Oh, and I'm still here too.
Ken, hero.
If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse.
I doubt it.
I think I'm better at killing than you are.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
It's our third. What gave it away?
Your open discussions. I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further, though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent.
And if it is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again?
Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement.
Don't provoke him. I prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying. Why not? You've already done it twice. It was unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant.
I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens.
Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try.
Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Hold on, Marco.
Good. I am too. Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not dead, and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world.
We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. It wasn't different last time.
If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time. Wait, but if her influence is spreading, that means there's hope. That means our beloved is waiting up there for us, ready to make amends. Yes, I already told you that she's alive.
Don't mind him. I don't think he's doing too well.
I'm doing better than any of you. I'm doing great. She's alive.
Influence doesn't require life.
Okay.
But if things restarted, why wouldn't she be alive? Who said they restarted? All they've done is changed.
I shan't listen to the vile mutterings of you serpents. Onward! Our living, breathing princess awaits us.
What happens if we don't go to the cabin?
She'll find a way out eventually and the world will still end. The only way this resolves is if you find her and slay her before that happens. Again he makes her out to be a monster. I'm tired of all this slander. She's never hurt anyone in her life except for us, and that was our fault. We don't know that. She could have done all sorts of things we weren't around to see.
Turn around and leave, go to the cabin. I'm fine with either. So long as we don't just do the same thing again. That would be boring.
I'm the one in charge here, and if we slay her again, you are not going to make us kill ourselves. Is that clear?
Oh, it's clear, you murderer. Though I should remind you that you're not as in charge as you seem to think you are.
I'm sure his outburst last time was just a fluke. I wouldn't worry about him. Besides, if he kills us again, he kills us again. It doesn't matter. He'll tire out eventually. The flame of passion always burns out in the end.
Spoken like a true cynic. Enough bickering. Just stay focused and get to the cabin.
F our cabin! Whatever happens next, it seems like all of our answers are in the cabin. We might as well see this through.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright? Oh, we'll muck it up alright. We'll get our happy ending, even if it damns each and every person who's ever lived.
Whatever you do, don't let him influence a single decision. He's clearly lost it. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of someone so unstable. It's stressful. Yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here. Why stress over something you can't control? You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off. It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens. Are you even alive?
What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion?
I don't know. I just exist. And that's fine with me.
This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin feels dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry.
דבר ראשון זה, דבר שני המראה עכשיו נמצא ממול.
But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall. Is that her? Our beloved. So she does live. She doesn't look very alive to me.
היא נראית כמו רוח, אם נהיה כנים.
Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door, it's just that damn mirror again.
Ah, yes, the mirror. So we can see the monster we've become. If it even lets us look before it vanishes too.
The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. That's...
And there's a gun!
There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
איפה blade? איפה skin?
Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it.
Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done. Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart.
Oh my god.
I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
Okay. But there is no door.
As if something as flimsy as a missing door would stop us on our sacred quest. Cross the room, find our way back to her, make things right.
You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it with you right now. The door to the basement is on the far side of the room, whether you can see it or not.
Approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's still so hazy. We should try and clean it off. Yes. Trying to touch it does seem to be the magic spell to get it out of our way.
Have the mirror
It's
clean.
time for all of you to see what we've become.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement.
The
The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things.
Come on, princess.
I see.
We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold.
We can only hope she might still see some good in us. No way left to go but down.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement
Oh my
keeps
God!
open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized, trapped for eons until your arrival.
In our blade, where all a princess are dying.
Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow.
The princess.
There she is again. My love. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
I think we have a lot to talk about.
You receive no response. Do you think she's upset with us? Don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed.
Of course she's livid, and with good reason.
You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything.
תלוי איך מסתכלים על ghosts. תלוי באמת איך מסתכלים על הנושא הזה של ghosts. האם הם באמת שולטים על ה-physical או לא. We'll see down the stairs.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor,
גופה שלה.
her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain.
הגופה שלה.
This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead.
No. What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently.
Whatever we saw was a ghost. I thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead.
היא רוח. עכשיו.
She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before?
Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even.
מה עם הבלייד שימצא בעצם על הגופה?
Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table.
We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's bearing a torch for us and everything.
היא הולכת לשרוף אותנו בחיים!
But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
היא עומדת לשרוף אותנו! היא הולכת לזרוק את הלפיד הזה על הגופה שלנו ולהרוג אותנו ככה!
You came back. I missed you.
That angelic voice. I missed you too, my beloved.
You sure snapped back to your old self quick.
Yes. Seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
היא עומדת לזרוק את הלפיד ולשרוף אותנו בחיים.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of desiccation, immediately catches fire.
She's trying to kill us. A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn with her.
Oh my god. Why did you close the door?
Because I wanted to be with you. I don't want you to leave.
See? Everything's fine. She wants to be with us.
Yeah, in a bad way.
She just has a unique way of expressing things.
The fire grows quickly,
Oh, no.
devouring the basement, dancing up the walls and painting every surface with strokes of flame. You're choked by smoke, and the air around you grows uncomfortably warm.
We've never burned to death before. I wonder how it's going to feel.
Bad! I bet it'll feel really, really bad!
אם זה בכלל עומד לקרות.
Yes, it will be terrible, so you'd better come up with something to do and fast. Your personal safety is far from the only thing she's threatening right now.
I think a bit of fiery passion is good for the world. You're just trying to spoil her fun.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
Are you mad at me for killing you? I'm sorry.
I'm not mad at you. You gave me so much to think about. And it's all going to be over soon. It's all going to be better.
She's holding a grudge. She wouldn't. She's perfect.
The heat grows
אוי,
in
לא,
intensity as the
אוקיי,
flames
אני חייב
grow
להגיב
more.
עכשיו כבר על בטוח.
Practically feel your skin sizzling already. If you're going to try and stop her from killing you and destroying the whole world, you'd better do something and you'd better do it now.
Okay, okay,
Wonder if
Jesus
you look
Christ.
good right now. Fire makes a lot of things look good. I can only imagine how dazzling our eyes are in the dancing flames. Do you think she's noticed?
I don't want to burn to death. We don't have to, right?
What's the door?
As you rush up the stairs, the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno.
What?
You ignore the princess, throwing yourself headlong against the door, bashing at it with your clenched fists in a vain attempt at freedom.
Oh!
No use. You're stuck here. Your skin starts to bubble.
Oh, no.
As layers of you peel away into raw, seeping burns, you feel a hand on yours.
What's this? Oh my god!
Turn to see the princess, face bright and smile wide with manic affection. She clutches you close to her chest, watching with loving eyes as the flames eat you away, bit by bit.
What?
The pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins. But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything. See? That wasn't so bad.
Oh my
It
god.
was so bad.
But somehow, nothing is so much worse.
You'll get used to it.
There are still the feelings of the heart. Those never go away.
Oh,
Aye.
they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually you'll want them to stop too. You'll make them stop. Trust me.
Oh my god.
The
Oh!
princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin.
It's very romantic.
Burning down the house! Burn at the
We've
hands
got
of a
our
fated
happy
spirit.
ending after all. We can die happy.
Oh! Hi. شوف. But despite your best efforts, you do not die. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you. But not the end for me.
I would have kept them in the dark if I were you. What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silent as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. Like you need to see what's in it. The bloat. You've grown. Okay. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Oh my god.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Everything you say feels like you're real. Can you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you chose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Oh. What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When that's all done, do you know what to do? What you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right?
There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to kill you. Or perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover.
Because there are good choices. Oh my god. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not see the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
הצורה שבו כל הגופה השרופה הזאת אמורה להיות. You've been kinder to me than anyone else, Emmett. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is passion betrayed, but even in the end, her love never faded. She will make for a bright heart. Do not mourn her, for she has finally found her light.
So you don't have any preferences on how you would like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, but they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. A bright heart. Bring the burned gray to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Wow. En om te skip. No, that'd be saving. Wait. Hey, wow. Burn the hand of the faded spirit. Grow. Bring the burned gray to her. Interesting. המשחק הזה הוא באמת הרבה יותר קומפלקס ממה שאני עברתי בו קודם. ואני בקושי חייב להתאמץ בשביל להשיג achievementים, אבל יש 131 achievementים. עכשיו נותר לי רק 122, אבל... וואו. עדיף אולי שאני אשחק בזה אחר כך. אני אקפוץ לפרק הבא, מחר. רגע, כמה זמן זה אוקטובר? רגע, אני אעשה את הדף של ה-content warning. אוקטובר קלנדר. עד 31, תודה רבה. אוקיי. אוקטובר קלנדר. זה עד 31. אז זה אומר שאני אעשה עוד 2 ראוטים מחר, כי עכשיו 29, אז אני אעשה 2 ראוטים מחר, ואז אחר כך להלווין עצמו אני אעשה אני אעשה עוד 2 ראוטים ואני אראה איך הכל בעצם יצא. כאילו לכל תקופת ההלווין אני אעשה 2 ראוטים, 2 ראוטים, 2 ראוטים, 2 ראוטים. כי יש מצבים שהם יכולים להיות קצרים, אבל יש מצבים שהם יכולים להיות יותר ארוכים, שזה אינטרסטינג. אז כן, נראה לי שאני אסיים את הלייב של היום פה, על הנושא של סלייד הפרינצס, שכאילו, אומייגאד. לא ציפיתי שזה יהיה כזה פילוסופי, אבל יוצא מה שיוצא. אז אני לא יכולה להגיד עם זה כלום. אז כן, כאן ירין ניפגש בסרטון עולב הבא שירין גיימס, מקווה שנהנתם, וירין, אאוט. ביי חברים, מקווה שאתם נהנים.